Hey, Changemakers. Welcome to the Best Version of Myself podcast, where we at Challenge to Change empower you to embrace mindfulness, emotional well-being, and give you the tools to create a balanced and meaningful life. I'm Molly Schreiber, and I am CEO and founder of Challenge to Change Incorporated. And today I'm excited to dive into a topic that resonates with so many of us: helping our kids manage big emotions. Big emotions. We'll explore today practical tools and strategies that can help your children identify, process, and regulate their emotions. Plus, we'll talk about how yoga and mindfulness can play a role in teaching emotional intelligence. Big emotions, my friends, are experienced by our littlest people. Big emotions are those intense feelings that the kids feel, such as anger, frustration, sadness, or even excitement. And sometimes those big emotions can feel overwhelming for them. Oftentimes, when we ask our younger learners, how many emotions do you think that there are? Guess what they say? They say there are 3. And those 3 emotions that they say are happy, sad, and mad. That's how they see us as adults expressing our emotions. And that's the emotional vocabulary that they put to it: happy, sad, and mad. But my friends, change makers, there are actually over 5,000 different emotions that we experience. 5,000. And we just named 3 of them. There are 5,000 different emotional vocabulary words that we could use to teach our young learners how to properly identify them and name them so they can tame them. There are things that we need to do in order to help our littlest learners understand their big emotions. And it's really important for us to help them understand so they can navigate them in healthy ways and become the citizens of tomorrow that we want to see as our neighbors and as our leaders in the world. So, helping young children navigate big emotions is crucial. And it's crucial for several reasons, and I'm going to tell you those reasons. Number 1, emotional development. Early childhood is a critical period for emotional development. Critical. Early intervention and prevention, both very important. And by assisting children in understanding and expressing their feelings, us as caregivers can foster their emotional intelligence, which is essential for healthy relationships and social interactions in the play places and then later on in life. It's really important and crucial that we help them navigate these big emotions because they develop coping skills from our teachings. Teaching children how to identify, express, and navigate their emotions equips them with these essential coping skills for life. And this is the foundation, the groundwork that helps them deal with challenges in life, frustrations, which we all come to every day, and disappointment. As they grow into young adults and become our neighbors for tomorrow, it is essential that they have healthy coping skills to navigate the tough stuff. It's so crucial for us to help our little learners navigate their big emotions, to help them develop behavioral regulation skills. Young children often struggle to navigate and regulate their emotions. We see it every single day. This can lead to struggling to navigate these big emotions and regulate their emotions can lead to outbursts, which sometimes can lead to behavioral issues in schools, in homes, and in public situations. Us as parents have experienced it before. So we need to offer guidance. Guidance in navigating emotions can reduce instances of tantrums and help children learn appropriate ways to express their feelings in healthy ways, thus growing their vocabulary from more than just happy, sad, and mad to the 5,000 words that are available to them in this world. Let's give it to them so they can name it and tame it. It's important and crucial for us to help our young learners how to navigate their big emotions, to help them build resilience. Learning to manage emotions and regulate big emotional outbursts is important, and it contributes to us to build resilience. Children who can cope with their feelings are more likely to bounce back from setbacks and handle stress more effectively. Resilience is such a buzzword in our world right now, and we want to continue to build these resilient young people into the adults that we want living next door to us tomorrow, leading our country, leading our world, and keeping us all at peace. It is important, of course, to continue teaching our young learners how to navigate our big emotions, because we develop something we call social skills within them. Social skills, the understanding of their own emotions, helps them to empathize with others and utilize that empathy that we all need a little more of in this world. This understanding is vital for developing strong social skills, forming relationships, and collaborating with peers. Teaching them to play in healthy ways is teaching them how to be present in the moment and how to play with adults effectively and efficiently as they get older. And we all want to play fair, and we all want to play kind, right? This makes us have strong leaders in our tomorrow. And it goes without saying that it is important for us to make sure we're teaching our young learners how to navigate their big emotions for their overall mental health. Early intervention and emotional support can mitigate the risk of mental health issues later on in life. By teaching children that all emotions that they have are valid, yet providing them strategies for dealing with them, the caregivers can then help promote overall well-being. So we want to build healthy mental health, brain health support for the future, but we need to make sure that we are teaching it to them while they're calm and supporting them as they navigate the big ones that come up. It's important for us to make sure that we are helping our young learners with their big emotions, because it helps us communicate together, and it helps them to develop their communication skills of tomorrow. Helping children to articulate feelings encourages them to communicate openly and honestly with us. We want them speaking to us, sharing with us. We want them to be able to name what they're feeling so that we can help navigate and tame it with them. This skill is important for conflict resolution in the moment and later on in life. And it also helps us to build trusting relationships with our young learners. And then it helps them to build trusting relationships later on in the world. And most importantly, it is important for us to help navigate big emotions with our young learners, because it helps them to build understanding of themselves, self-understanding. When children learn to navigate their emotions, they develop a better understanding of who they are in this world. Where is their place? Who am I? This self-awareness is foundational for their personal growth and for their self-acceptance. Understanding who they are and how they fit in the world helps them to know how to move forward moment to moment, thus creating a happy, healthier, safe person of the future. And that's what we want. By providing tools and support for emotional navigation, caregivers, us, parents, teachers, we can significantly impact a child's overall development, equipping them with the skills necessary for a healthy, fulfilling life. So let's talk about 4 different strategies that we teach at Challenge to Change to help our youth, our young learners, our heroes of tomorrow develop tools for navigating big emotions. And you've guessed it. Number 1, we start with breathing techniques. If you have experienced any of our mindful education in the schools programming, you know that we have 5 parts of practice. And that first part of practice is called the seated practice. And we work on breath work. Breath work is a huge technique. It's a wonderful strategy. It's a wonderful tool to put in a child's tool belt to help them navigate big emotions. And you want to teach it to them when they're calm so that when they come to the more difficult emotions that they struggle to navigate, they know how to use it. The number one thing that I would tell parents, caregivers to use is belly breath. Always start with belly breath. And that's simply having your young learner put their hands on their belly and fill their belly up and feel the belly come into their hands. And then as they press away, the belly comes away from their hands. So if you're driving a car listening to this podcast right now, don't put your hands on your belly. But if you're in a place right now where you can, put your hands on your belly. Try this practice by yourself and just take that deep inhale, fill the belly, feel it come into your hands. And then as you exhale, feel your hands, feel the belly coming away from your hands. Just notice in the moment. And then if you're in a space and place, close your eyes and take a big inhale deep into the belly, feel it come into your hands, fill it like a balloon. And then when you exhale, feel it come away from your hands. Let's do that 2 more times. Fill the belly, deep inhale, exhale, let it go. Feel the belly come away from your hands. And then 1 more time. Fill the belly and release the breath. Taking 5 deep breaths and teaching our young learners to take 5 deep breaths can be absolutely magic for us, magic for tomorrow, magic for them in the moment, and giving them a tool in their tool belt that they can use as they navigate big emotions. If they're feeling really energized, another great type of breath work to use is called dragon breath, and it's exactly how it sounds, and it's where kids take deep breaths in and then they exhale out like they're breathing fire like a dragon. And it's exactly like it sounds. It's a fun and engaging way for them to get rid of excess energy, or if they're feeling any anger or frustration, to let it go out of the body and release tension from their physical body, from their mental mind, and their emotions. So let's do this. Exhale completely out. And then take a big inhale, fill the belly. And then exhale, even stick your tongue out like you're breathing fire. Let it go. If you're in the car driving, release it. It's great for tension release. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, breathe it in. Exhale, let it go. Stick your tongue out. Breathe the fire. Let it go. 2 more times. Breathe in. Let it go. Breathe out that fire, you dragons. And 1 more time. Do it again. Breathe in and breathe out. So breath techniques are huge. It's a huge tool that we can teach our young learners to help them when it comes time to navigate those big emotions. Another tool that we have at Challenge to Change that we teach our young learners is mindful movement. So again, going back to our mindful education in the schools program, you know that we always incorporate movement into any of our lessons. And the modality for movement that we use most of the time is yoga. Introducing yoga poses like child's pose or tree pose, some deep grounding poses, allows our children to be calm and connected to their bodies in the moment. When children are moving their physical bodies, they're not focusing on reproducing the big emotion that they're feeling. So when you ask a child to go into downward dog, when you ask a child to go into tree pose, when you ask a child to raise their hands over their head, their mind is not in that emotion they're feeling. Their mind goes to their physical body and it distracts them. Because science says that we only experience an emotion for 6 seconds. I know. That has to sink in sometimes for me too. After that 6 seconds passes, we either consciously or unconsciously replicate that emotion over and over again, thus taking us down the rabbit hole of anger, of frustration, of anxiety, of fear, instead of allowing us to name it, tame it, or move our bodies physically to release that emotion, to allow it to go to a space and place that it's serving better, and allow a new emotion to come in. Maybe one of calm, maybe one of serenity, maybe one of focus, maybe one of released tension. So yoga is a modality that we use for mindful movement to help our young learners navigate big emotions. When we practice physical movement at Challenge to Change or yoga with our young learners, we teach them practicing mindfulness through coming to the present moment within our body. So take time before your young learner, the child that you care for, the child that you teach, before they come to emotions that are so big that it's difficult for them to navigate, take time to teach them these practical, preventative tools. You won't regret it. Another thing that we do at Challenge to Change is using emotional identification activities. One example that we have at Challenge to Change is our emotions chart. If you want to check out our emotions chart, you can find it on our website for free at www.challengetochange.inc.com, or you can usually find it on some of our social media posts or email any of us and we'll send you a copy of it. But simply what it is it's a chart to help your young learner raise their emotional vocabulary. We also have emotion cards at Challenge to Change that we use in a lot of our lessons to help them name their emotions efficiently and effectively so that they can navigate them. Because when we can label it correctly, we can usually tame it more effectively. So check out our emotions chart that we have on social media or at our website. And also, if you want to look at our emotions card deck that we use with our young learners, you can find that in our store on our website. And now that brings us to our favorite tool that we use at Challenge to Change to help our young learners navigate their big emotions. And we call it the Moody Cow Jar or the Calming Jar. And the Calming Jar is simply made with glitter, glycerin, a tiny dollop of soap, and glitter. Glitter is magical for everything. And when shaken, and when you put these things together in a jar, and when shaken, the glitter swirls like crazy, like our thoughts do sometimes. And it just mimics what the brain might be feeling when we're feeling lots of emotions and we're feeling all the big things in our body, in our mind, and we're struggling to navigate the big emotions. It's mimicked with the glitter going all over the place in crazy ways. But if we simply watch it and breathe, all of the glitter settles down, thus taking the kids' level of big emotions down. So we make these oftentimes in our studio classes at Challenge to Change, and we use the Moody Cow Jar to help kids navigate big emotions. So we let them make it, and they can even use different colors of glitter to represent different emotions that they're using. So maybe red represents anger for them, green represents envy, maybe blue represents sadness, and gold represents happiness. And we allow them to make their Moody Cow Jar, and then we teach them how to use it so that when they navigate the big emotions, they know how to use it effectively and efficiently so they can go to their room, pull out their Moody Cow Jar, shake it up to represent the emotions going through their body and the way their brain feels. And then we teach them how to use belly breath, how to lay on their bellies, stack their hands and place their chin on their hands, and take those deep belly breaths. They feel their belly press into the ground on the inhale, and on the exhale, they feel it come away as they watch the glitter settle down to the bottom of the jar. After 5 rounds of Moody Cow breathing, we say your child is a new child. Give it a try. Glycerin, soap, water, and glitter. It's magic. My advice for the best way to help your kiddos manage big emotions is really to make it fun and engaging. And the Moody Cow Jar is one of those ways to make it fun and engaging. And to teach them how to navigate their big emotions before they experience the big emotions so that the tools are already in their tool belt. We don't want to try to teach them while they're in the frustrated moment, while they're in the angry moment, or when they're upset or even throwing a tantrum. We want to teach these strategies preventatively. And at Challenge to Change, we have so many practical, preventative ways to teach your children so that when they come to the big emotions moments, they are ready to navigate them with you. We encourage you also to make mindfulness and make navigating their big emotions fun and engaging while you teach it so that it's fun and they laugh and they giggle and they learn and they connect with you and they breathe with you. And then when it comes time, when it's the difficult times, they remember the good times they had with you learning these tools. Some ways of doing that in fun and engaging ways are play like a mindful listening game. Again, at our 5 parts of practice in our mindful education in the schools programming, we start with what's called seated practice. And during seated practice, we have children use a mudra or simply sit and breathe and listen. So have your kids do exactly that. Have them close their eyes and just focus on the sounds around them and allow them to have that moment to shift their focus to relax. And do it with them. Make it fun and engaging. Practice those things together. Make it fun and engaging. Make it a time of connection. Try balloon breaths with them where your kids are imagining and you're playing a game with them where their belly's like a balloon and it's filling like a balloon. And then when they exhale, they can even make it an audible sound. So it's silly. And then when the big emotion times come up, they remember that connection time. They remember how you were silly with them. Do that with them. Give it a try. Practice yoga with them. Remember, take that time to really connect and combine physical movement and mindfulness and make it a powerful tool for emotional regulation during those big times. Teach your kids how to connect their breath and their body and create a sense of navigating those big emotions through physical movement. Like for high energy poses, high energy times, do big poses like downward dog. Have them even pretend like they're a dog. Like have them pant like a dog. Have them bark like a dog. And then do cat-cow and have them do the same thing. Make it silly, fun, and engaging so that when they come to those big times, when they have to navigate those big emotions, they're ready for it. They know what to do, and they know that you are with them doing it. Today, we explored why it's important to address big emotions, why it's important to address big emotions for our young learners, for our kids, and how tools like breathing exercises, mindful movement, and yoga can be so beneficial. If you found these tools that we've talked about today helpful, imagine the impact that you could have by teaching all sorts of kids all over the world yoga and mindfulness in your community. If you're interested in learning more of how to do that, at Challenge to Change, we have our 95-hour yoga teacher training that equips you with the knowledge and the resources to bring these practices into kids' lives in your community. Whether you're a parent, a caregiver, a teacher, or an interested neighbor who wants to make the world around you better than you found it, you can make a real difference in how kids handle their emotions and build resilience. You can have an impact through taking this 95-hour teacher training and spreading mindfulness, yoga, and tools for kids' tool belts to your community. Reach out to us. Connect with us. We want you to be a part of our community, spreading all of these big strategies into the big world of emotions that we have around us. Thanks for tuning in to the Best Version of Myself podcast. Be sure to subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode. Namaste, Changemakers.